we can all stand and Simon is going to lead us in prayer. Wherever you want, you can come up front if you'd like.
I want to say something real quick. I might not say it tonight. I found out that the most divided time in America is Sunday morning and election time. That's the most divided time in America. So we want to have a community, a small community. We need to kind of pull together a little better. You know, so that's what we're going to pray for. All right.
Thank you, David.
Yeah. Dear Lord, we thank you for this day that you have given us. We thank you for life and strength. We thank you, Lord, for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We pray for the leaders of this community and also the leaders of this county, that you would give them wisdom and knowledge and understanding and your guidance and leading us in the right direction for the community. We thank you for these blessings in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. All right, standing for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Have a seat. Who would like to volunteer to be the sergeant at arms tonight, which is also the timekeeper?
I might get a big button. I'm gonna buy a big button on Amazon.
How much is the time? How long is it?
2 minutes.
2 minutes?
2 minutes.
I got a timer on my phone.
Okay. We appreciate it, thank you. All right, board members present, Talisha, present. Shirley. Debbie. No. All right, I would like to get an approval of the minutes from the last meeting. I approve.
I said.
All right, new business. So Flagler State CRA quarterly meeting with St. Johns County administration report. Do you want to cover that?
The meeting was canceled due to inclement weather and rescheduled for November 7th. And we will report after the next meeting.
Flagler State CRA 2023-2024 annual report.
Our previous secretary, Nancy, she has prepared some notes and taken photos and put them on our USB. We're all set for the county actually pulls all the different CRA's information together and produces the report. And in our bylaws, we submit that in November. So as soon as our coordinator returns, we will be working together with the county to provide the information for Flagler State CRA.
Did you get that to us in November? It'll be the earliest I've ever gotten.
Well, we want
All right, Mel, do you want to talk about the website?
I do. We have a website. I made a website. It is 2024. I thought we'd pull us out of the dark ages. We're getting a website. So
Yay.
I made it. It'll be Flagler Estate. It is, matter of fact, flaglerestatecra.com. You can subscribe to our mail list there. You can see what we're up to. You can see all the reports. You can see all the bylaw sheets and everything that is on the minute. Oh, the minutes are not on there yet because I need to do that. But yep. No, the websites are not on here yet. I literally just got that done today. So we wanted to, present this to you, approve it, yada yada.
I would like to move that we accept the wonderful gift that Mel has provided in this website, and that we ask Mel to provide a receipt for the domain that is less than like $19 to then submit to the county to reimburse Mel
Yeah, I think we
as
can
an administrative cost.
don't put me on the spot quite yet, but I think we may be able to help.
Thank you. So I moved it, if anybody would approve it.
I approve.
Wonderful.
It'll have the St. Johns County Emergency website stuff on it. It'll have where the Simon House website on it. It'll have things where you can get food pantry and help. You know, it's just a section called Need a Little Help. Here are some resources for you. It'll have about us. We all wrote a blurb about ourselves, so you kind of get to know us. What else was on it? I have to. Flagler State
You have
CRA.com.
the budget links to the county.
The budget,
So
county,
people can follow the money.
all the, yeah, what we got approved for, what we got approved for, what it's used for, that kind of thing. So we still have unclarities about one or two items. We'll put that on there once we get the clarification, so y'all know where the budget line is going. We find that super important. Transparency is a thing, and we all have to be accountable. So.
And she's really put a lot of time, like
Yes.
1:30, 2:30 in the morning, she's still working on it. So, because we know she's still working on it at that time. So we appreciate it. And it looks great.
I have to say, all four of us have been talking at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
I
The website, really?
I have ADHD, so hyperfocus is a thing. You start and that's it. You don't stop till it's done.
Well, you did a really good job on it. I really appreciate
Thank
it. So we were discussing the entrance sign for Flagler Estates, maybe decorating it for the holidays. So we just wanted to bring that to y'all's attention and get some ideas that you guys might have. And doesn't Dean take care of that? Do you know if Dean takes care of
He
this?
takes
stuff?
care of the flag and
The
the
flags, that's
flowers.
it. Okay.
Right there.
Have you ever had anybody power wash it? Or who would, nobody's ever power washed?
Not that I'm aware of.
The wall up there is maintained by several veterans out here.
Mhm.
They try to keep it clean, they maintain the flags, and they keep the grass mowed up there.
That's amazing.
Well, we'd like to decorate it for the holidays.
The wall or the sign on the middle of the road.
No, the wall.
The wall.
Tasteful. It's not gonna be Christmas flamingos. I will put my foot on
Yeah.
that.
Just for Christmas.
But
Yes.
there's no
Just something
reason
tasteful. No.
Don't
Yeah.
put nothing expensive out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, just maybe garland and
It
some
will.
bows or something, you know?
Mhm.
Sure, nice.
Yes,
Okay.
we had a girl that she's passed away named Susan, and she planted roses out in front of there, and they were really pretty, but she passed away on us.
So
they
the
took
roses.
So they took roses.
Well, we could also do the sign too, you put garland or something on the sign as well.
I think the sign would be better.
Mhm.
The sign?
There's some really inexpensive solar stuff on Amazon now too.
Yeah.
That you could get to do if you wanted to do some lighting for
Right,
relatively cheap.
okay.
That will go like that out here.
Yeah.
It's gonna stay about overnight.
Oh, it's gotten
Just staple with the lights.
You know, it is
Movie
true.
trap 'em.
On Deep Creek, that big house when you go around the curve, I'm surprised their Halloween stuff is
Yeah.
there. I mean, it's been 2 years and it still stays there, nobody's messed with it.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
Alright,
that's way on her property.
No, it's right there on the easement,
By the mailbox.
yeah, by the
Yeah.
mailbox,
Oh, yeah.
The horse and the dog,
yeah.
skeleton.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
Mhm. Alright, so we'll go back to some old business, broadband update from Sarah Knoll. Hi, and she is here today.
We've been seeing the ditch witches before Halloween, I love it.
I
You
don't wanna
can stand up
I
if
don't-
you.
You stand up.
Okay, right here?
Yeah.
Alright,
We're very informal.
So, gosh, it must have been, how long ago was it, David? When y'all were switching who was chair? That's the meeting I was at when we talked about broadband.
almost 2 years ago.
Oh, my word. Okay. It has been a long time. So, I went to the broadband conference, for the state, and we talked a lot about, the next phase of broadband. So the cool thing is as you've seen, probably, they're out there now in the area. So that map that we showed you previously, for Comcast and Charter, the agreement was signed with the state and they got their permit from the county. Now, I did get a call from one of the people that help with it, and they said they needed to get a permit from Flagler Estates as well, and they didn't know who to contact or, so it's the road and bridge here.
Yes.
Road and
Road and
water.
water, road and water.
There's the president.
So have they contacted you to get a permit? Because, okay. Okay,
It'll probably come up in our next monthly meeting.
okay, okay. So I will make sure, and reach back out to that lady and kind of explain, you have to, cause she was wanting to know, do we just do St. Johns County permit or you have to do both? And I said, you have to do both because you have right of way. So I know that they stopped on your right of way from what I've been told. So if not, please
Is there
do
any way to
let us know.
expedite a permit for it?
Hmm?
Is there any way to expedite a permit for it?
You gotta go to the office.
Okay.
Put it on some light.
Okay.
Light Avenue.
Okay,
That's where their district office, our district office is.
it would be better for her to come in person.
You'd be better to go there in
Yeah.
person.
Yes, okay.
Is there
Okay.
someone there all the time?
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay,
Especially in the morning when Linda's there.
okay, okay.
But not on Fridays,
So, fine.
except
So-
for Fridays.
What they're digging out here along Flagstaff Boulevard. That is the new line.
Yeah,
What?
correct. So Charter and Comcast both got funding for new line. And we did bring the map back in case anybody wants to relook if at the area where it's coming. We talked about last time how there's a part of Flagler Estates that's under Windstream. And I met the representative from Windstream. Her name is Sarah also. And I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce Sam. Did you get introduced yet?
Hey, folks. Nice
Yeah,
to meet
sorry.
everyone. Sam Camp, Economic Development Office in the county. So I work with Sarah and Jay.
Hi,
You got the map.
Yes.
He brought the
I
map.
want to see that.
Okay, so that map development. Yeah, so he's also jumping in on broadband here to support with the CRA. So, but Windstream has committed that they are going to apply also for broadband funding. So, you wanna hold that map? Let's do that. I wasn't going to, but now I think it's relevant. Maybe we should.
Yeah, I'm on Windstream, and I'm assuming if I'm Windstream, I can't get Charter or Comcast, correct?
Right, we have brought a list previously and have people checking their email, checking their address, but these are the homes that are getting served by Charter or
And where's
Comcast.
that at? Flagler? What's
Yeah.
that? Where's it at?
This part right up here is the Windstream, if you're
This
on
northern
Windstream.
part of the subdivision.
Now, what road,
Correct.
what roads, like what?
I have it, but where it heads out, not on this map, I have a
Where's
different one.
Oh, that's a horrible map.
Sarah, can you send me a list of that, of what you
So
have?
we
the streets
have
and
it,
whatnot?
it's, better not to do it by street, it's better to do lookup address, and the reason why is because it'll go from 60, let's say Deep Creek to, and then it'll skip to 100, and it might be confusing in that way. The bounds are not, how do I say it? It is contiguous, but if there's a new home that's been placed there since they did the original surveying back in 2020, it won't show up, and so I don't wanna give you like false information.
Where
No,
do we go
so
for the
where
address?
would-
Yeah.
I would say myself,
To contact you
yes,
through email?
Yes.
Okay, I have to wait for the map.
but you can also call me,
Can't see it.
okay?
I think what's gonna happen, Sarah, is they're gonna have a bunch of residents asking them.
That's
And
fine.
then they'll wanna check it for them.
And
Right.
I brought, last time I brought my computer, and if I need to come back and do it again, we can, but if you can call me or write your down information even today, I can take it back and then call you in the morning, because I do have the list of addresses. And if you were not on that list, it was because you were being served by Windstream, and they hadn't applied, but the new round of funding that's coming, Windstream has said, yes, we are gonna apply for broadband. So we're really, really excited about that.
I'm really sorry right here, and I really can't.
Are you guys, care about the 2-minute warning for this or not?
Say that again?
The 2-minute warning? Okay, we don't care about that? Okay.
Oh,
I'm
not,
just
we're
saying.
not gonna limit her.
Okay, that's what I figured, so I didn't say that.
No,
I'm just a sergeant at arms, that's all I know.
just let us know.
So whatever you are more comfortable with, you can give me your number and I'll call you. You can call me, you can email me, whatever you prefer. Sometimes we can't email because we don't have broadband. It's not working very well, so maybe you can call me. You
I
can look it up
I can
on the spot.
I can collect a list,
Okay.
put it on our Facebook,
Yeah,
and collect a list of people who want to know their addresses, and then send you a whole list. That way,
that's
you don't get
fine.
150 different emails.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine, but I am more than happy to. Because it's very hard. Now Comcast said they were gonna set up a website where you could go and check your address, but,
They're never reliable.
exactly.
Because according to
And
that,
it's so
I
hard because so many people need it.
know.
The reason we can't see everything is because so many people need this.
Exactly. But we do have a,
Well, if you're telling us Hughes is not, no, Comcast is unreliable, I don't know.
No, fair.
Well, I think the internet will be reliable, just the
Yes.
administrative, internet may not be.
So you're saying if you have Windstream, you can't get Comcast?
Yeah.
if you were up in this section up here where they didn't, yeah, correct. All of these people are Comcast or Charter, and right up here is where Mainstreet typically serves.
Okay, well, how about this section here then?
Yeah, it's very possible, so that's what I think I need to,
You need a better map.
well,
This is
it's a
horrible.
bit granular.
Now, the original understanding
Yeah.
was that the unserved
Did you see
areas would benefit from the grant.
Oh.
With me?
Yes,
And if you have Windstream, then you are considered served
yep, and now
for the grant,
for that grant right there,
for that grant. Once this granting period is over,
there's a
Right.
new one coming
well,
And
but
Windstream is
then,
gonna
in
apply.
the spring. It's expected in the spring, which if the state says that, maybe it's summer, like I'm gonna be a little bit, I don't wanna say it's coming spring, let's say summer. Then Windstream can apply now to go up higher. Because they only applied for a couple to go up to like 25, and that's just not very,
That's already what we're getting.
yeah.
so they can improve their
Now they
service
can
under
approve
another
too.
grant,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
So
But
there is another round coming, which, and Windstream we didn't get to play, the game, but they saw me at the conference and they sought me out and said, we are coming to Flagler Estates and we wanted to let you know. And I said, wow, okay, that's a change. And Sam was on the call with me. She was really helpful, I think. So I'm feeling positive about that, but we do have to wait and see if the next grant opens.
They kind of have to, right? Starlink being a major player out here, now they're losing the Windstream users, they're using, because that's really the only other option we have right now, that's eSIM.
Yes.
So a lot of people I know switch to Starlink because it's more reliable, it's a lot faster, it's what, the only thing that prevents a lot of people is the startup cost of the,
Very expensive.
of the dish.
Yeah.
But beyond that, once you're Starlink, it's smooth sailing out here. It's amazing. It didn't even go down during a hurricane.
Wow.
No, mine didn't either.
Wow.
Can I just say something real quick? I don't know who has Starlink out here, but if you email their customer service, they'll give you the rest of the year for free.
Yep.
Where you don't have to pay the $120 a month.
I've received that email, but I don't respond to anything like
Now,
that.
do that. Contact their customers. You
It
should get
actually does
automatic.
work,
It does. We all got 3 months till the end of the year.
3 months, okay, I went, okay, fine.
No, they actually do. Elon Musk committed to that. First it was 1
He'll
month and then
appreciate
he extended it to 3 months.
But obviously,
So-
once Comcast actually comes, Mr. Musk is going away. You know, and that's just the plain
I
and
don't think
simple.
so.
We won't talk
Can't
about
imagine.
it. I'm just saying. Now, one other clarification I just wanted to check from the original granting was that once this grant is over,
Yeah.
that Comcast can compete within other areas of Flagler Estates that has Windstream. Is that true?
That is what the Windstream representative told us,
Right.
but I don't wanna take her word.
Okay, I know this is still a little
I-
like that, but I just thought that's one
That is one thing that.
one possibility that Comcast could choose to compete with their own dime, and that's the difference.
That's the thing.
One's a matching grant, and the other is them just being a business person offering service.
Right.
All right, still on task.
So,
the information that we gave to you the first time you were here.
Yes.
I gave you my address and
Yes.
email and all that stuff,
Yes.
so you can go back and check all that. I mean, there's no reason to double up on information that you already have.
no worries, no worries. Were you on, my address list?
I'm a new homeowner,
You're the new
so,
owner.
so I'm on Olga.
So I have
I'm
to
new.
go and,
Yeah, so I'm
Okay.
probably not on map either, because, it's an older
Yep.
map.
Yep.
But, yeah, I gave you my information the last time,
we have it. I
so.
know what you mean. There are some houses, Joe, that we have to, now that we have connections with the providers again and they're willing to engage, check on homes that were built prior to the, after the map
Sure,
was
yeah,
made.
makes sense, yeah.
And just confirm with them that they really aren't gonna just jump over a house just because it wasn't on the map. I mean, doesn't make sense that they wouldn't, but
Yeah, no, we want to make sure these things don't happen.
yeah, but Comcast and Charter also have both reached out now and said they're willing to talk and work together a little bit better.
So I do have a question for the
Yeah.
folks that are, here. So Starlink, I mean, is it worth the money? Is it worth spending your $600 for all of it and setting it up yourself? So you purchase that and then you just pay for the internet service?
You
Yeah,
pay
I
100
went to Best Buy, bought it, and my husband hooked it up. We put it up on our roof, and I would.
What do you have to put on your roof?
It's the satellite.
It's a dish.
Mine sits
It's
on my
it's a
mount-
small
on
one
the
like
mount.
this. It's a
As
small one
long
like
as it's
this.
facing the right direction, it doesn't matter where it is.
If you got a lot of trees-
So did you have a hard time doing that yourself? You just pretty much take your little phone and.
Yeah, you go
Exactly.
around and you just walk around your yard, and it'll tell you where a good spot is. But ours, we have a lot of trees, so we put it out on our deck, and it worked. But there was some interference where it would like cut off for like a minute and then cut back on, and then my husband, as soon as he was able to get up on the roof, he put it up there and.
See, I have DirecTV, so I really don't want the dish mounted on my roof. That's not something I want to do.
You don't have to put it on. We had to. Though.
And then, my satellite's literally almost in the middle of my yard. So that was the only
That's why.
reception for the two little pines to get through. So I was just curious,
Yeah, if
my
you got-
son,
if you got pines, you're not gonna be able to shoot through any pines or anything like that.
yeah, well, my son is a video game person, so I've checked Comcast.
I run my video games off.
My husband is
too, and he
too.
bought it.
I play video games on mine all the time.
That's why we got Starlink, because of him being my husband being a gamer.
We game on Starlink. We have a smart house hooked up to Starlink. We have Alexa
It's
hooked
fast.
up to Starlink. Everything is hooked up to
So,
Starlink.
so it's like,
It doesn't fail.
It ran during the hurricane.
$120 a month for internet service, unlimited everything.
oh, so you get unlimited access to
Everything.
internet, nothing's.
No,
Yeah.
nothing gets
25
throttled.
meg or nothing?
Yeah.
That's all.
I like it.
No, it's 120 a month.
Right now, it's actually a good
120
time to
a
get
month.
it, because there's a discount, and
Huh?
the meetings are a discount.
The Wi-Fi?
Sign up for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can Wi-Fi to my phone.
Maybe that'll be
It's
better.
like,
Yeah,
like,
just
you know, you
also
use
have
it.
phone service.
Not, so Elon Musk is bringing out phone service,
Yeah, no, I'm
later,
gonna
I
do it.
think,
Just
Maybe
buy
it'll
it
just
too.
be an early
I'm not quite sure
Christmas.
when yet, they're bringing out a iPhone.
If you buy a cell phone, you can use your Starlink.
Low cost, they're starting at like, I think the brand new iPhone is somewhere around $200.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
But it's
cheap.
not out yet, and it'll be, you can go anywhere with, anywhere, because where there's a Starlink in the area, it'll pick up any satellite.
That's what they say.
So,
But I also have another question, sorry for taking over the meeting
No,
now,
it's fine.
I'll make it short for 2 minutes. However, speaking of electricity and internet services and things like that, I've been out here since, April will be 2 years for me, and I've never had the electricity cut off on me so many times for it to go off and on, off and on, off and on, off and on. So how is the homeowner supposed to be able to keep up with the refrigerator? You know, if my electronics go bad or whatever else is, does it happen all the time? Who's been out here for 20 years? Does it not? Does
Yes,
it
it
flicker
does.
all the time?
Yeah, but it doesn't go off for long.
Get used to
No,
it.
I mean, it doesn't, but I mean, it's
You
kind of
get
like,
used to it. It's
With the
fine.
flickering, it's what we got the battery backups for stuff that we don't want to be cutting off and on, like my TVs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're not cheap, you can get them at Costco or whatever.
but I mean,
I believe FPL has a plan where you can,
Surge
I think
protection.
Yeah, we have the
$8 a month or something.
We
They'll
have
put
the
on your
surge.
box, so if something busts,
And we
they'll,
have it on our.
They cover it.
they'll cover it.
I mean, it's just crazy.
Oh, it's
Have you talked to
ridiculous, I
FPL
agree.
about it?
No, I called them because when I came out, my box on the outside for electricity said it was closed, and I literally didn't have a bill for like almost 2 months, 3 months living there, and they were trying to get it fixed, and I kept telling them like, you know, it's a new house, new construction, da 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 da. So I really didn't get a bill for a couple of months, but it just seems like it flickers every other week.
I would
Mhm.
draw
Ours
it, it
does
doesn't
too.
do it that much.
Same here.
So I have some experience in rural communities like Hastings and the 5 States area. Sometimes out here, we have a lot of trees that will hit like your transformers, your wires, and if the wind starts picking up just a little bit, it'll start to knock some of those things out. But if you call and report the outage, even when it happens for just a few minutes, they will sometimes send a truck out and start trimming the trees in your area, and that way you'll stop seeing some of the disruption that you're
Okay,
seeing.
because I mean, you know,
Yes.
I'm
I would
a single
report it
parent,
every
so
single
it's
time it
expensive to
Those
replace
winds actually-
electronics and refrigerators and dishwashers and whatever else.
Yeah, this is great. We
Yeah.
had it.
I wonder if there's a particular
But
reason
if you're
they
talking
have
long
buffer
time,
lights.
Get
We
a
don't have
generator.
Yeah, we don't have it
I
often.
don't have one of those.
No.
so-
No. We
No, it's
never have it
obnoxious. I
often,
agree
but
with
it
you.
happens.
It's been 2 minutes.
Sorry, sorry, I just had that question.
You're gonna have to do this every meeting now that you're so good at it, right, Mel?
I don't mind telling people what to do.
Thank you. All right, any more questions on broadband?
How much is it gonna cost?
Well,
Good question.
does anybody have Comcast right now? I can say.
No, I looked up earlier, I think it starts at $55 is what I saw.
I don't know, and it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do, but since the ACA went out and they're not providing that additional subsidy anymore, so.
The ACA, what does that acronym stand for? Affordable Care?
You would think it was Affordable
Or
Care Act, but
affordable
Affordable
care.
Connectivity.
Connectivity.
Yeah,
Act,
Oh,
Affordable
that's
Connectivity.
right.
Yeah, it's the Affordable Connectivity Act.
We don't. We have Hughes, I don't know, if this goes. We have fun too.
I think that would be the only reason they might have a hard time with it. Because I know Winston grandfathered anybody that had that discount in.
yes.
Like I will always have that.
Yeah.
You are going to. And when I talked to them, they said we didn't advertise it, but that you
But
could
if you
have
call,
called.
yeah.
And I said, well, can people call now and get in? And they said, no. I thought, oh my gosh.
It seems that I've seen on social media that some people are able to put their address in and get some type of date. I've seen people
Okay.
post November, December, and then maybe later dates because of the hurricane, or maybe it's this hold up right now that you're needing to expedite to get the
This
permit from our road and water office.
Yep.
My husband used to work for Comcast
Okay.
a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
But I do know at first they're gonna set their prices, but there was a program for people that cannot afford Starlink. It was called Internet Essentials.
Mhm.
And that would be something that hopefully will bridge the gap so that if they're not gonna be able to get that affordable connectivity
Right.
amount, that maybe Internet Essentials is, I believe, the program that Comcast carries for people with low income.
Okay.
And also if you have like children, I do believe there was even something about signing up with that program, you could get a tablet or a computer or something.
If
But
you
then
have
again,
school-age
maybe that
children.
had to do with the program you're talking about.
Right.
So by the time we get it, that might be somebody, if anybody's watching that isn't here, or somebody here can't afford the equipment for Starlink or the $150 a month. Once we get our Comcast, look into that Internet Essentials program. And you will have to qualify that for that, but, you know, for somebody. that wants to get connected. It will be exciting for us to get all connected.
Yeah.
I'll dig up some information on that and put it on our website.
Okay. Perfect.
Thank you.
And they have my phone number and email, so you can always reach out to me anytime. Anytime.
I would like if any residents want to check their address, if I could just take on that activity. And you can go ahead and should they come through our main site now or just directly to me? What do you want to do? Do we do flaglerestateCRA@gmail.com?
Yeah.
Okay,
Just do
so
that.
any residents that
Paper
would like to know if they are on the list, especially if you're south of Melanie, either side of the creek, go ahead and send me an email at flaglerestateCRA@gmail.com, and then I will collect the list and maybe give you a call once a week.
Yeah.
That's fine.
How's that sound?
That's fine.
Okay, wonderful.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
Fine.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for coming.
And I've only been able to talk to Mainstreet, so I'm actually
Oh,
trying to
you have
get
the money.
Comcast
What the
insurance
hell?
for them. It was just in September when I was able to meet them all finally after all this time, so.
Perfect. All right, next up is the Flagler Estates Festival. As you know, we had the hurricane, so we weren't able to have the festival that Saturday, but we had already decided that we were going to extend it until November because when we were gonna have it in October, there were some other things going on that interfered with us having it out here, and we wanted to make sure that we would have a good crowd and that people that were doing stuff in Hastings were gonna be able to do it as well. So now the new date is November the 16th?
Yes.
November the 16th. And you guys had said 12 to 4, right?
I think that was for spring fling, but now with the time change, it'll be lighter later, right?
What's that?
You wanna do 12 to 4, not 10 to 2?
I like 10 to 2, but Mel, you had said something.
Yeah, I don't like 10 to 2 because a lot of people do Saturday morning errands and whatnot. They got their stuff to do. Nobody wants to get out of bed early.
Right.
I don't, you know.
I had a conversation, Salt Run for 10 to 2. I do believe they have another engagement in the afternoon. We might lose our band and we'd have to think about what we're gonna do. And then Simon, to cater with the food, how are your feelings on the time?
I'm good.
You're good either way, 10 to 2 or 12 to 4.
I gotta check with Salt Run and see, and
I might have a band contact for you.
then,
If he mostly covers and try to assume it's what the other band does, right?
Oh my gosh, Joe.
Okay.
Okay.
See what I do.
Okay, so we're doing 12 to 4, we're gonna, we're doing this change to the November 16th. We're gonna do 12 to 4 instead of 10 to 2. I think we also have something we need to discuss about vendors doing donations instead of a vendor fee.
Yep.
What did you?
Speaking of Comcast, I couldn't have done this a year ago. Double play, internet and popular TV for as low as $105 a month. Not bad.
No.
Not bad.
It depends on how long you can use
Yeah.
it. About 30 minutes a month.
or
Now,
unless
that's generally
that's special.
Broadband, that's generally not.
Yeah, it's
doesn't
usually
get
on-
all the time.
No minutes, you do as minutes as you want.
And let's
All right, so
a little bit about how
12 to
vendors
4.
will sign up.
Yeah.
Now there's no fee.
So we decided that I think we could benefit more for a donation instead of a set fee for our vendors. And that money that we collect that day will go to Simon House. So we thought that, if we had someone that come in and they're selling, $2 items or $5 items and they've got to pay $25, so we were just like, maybe a donation would be better and then we'll collect. That's where I think that we would get more money. So all of that money would be given to Simon House. And we were going to go ahead and start advertising like ASAP, but we wanted to advertise it on social media as well. And where they can fill out their application and do it all online. And since Mel is so great with her techiness, we were gonna see about getting it set up to where they could do that
Yeah.
online, right?
Everything online. You can now do it with a click.
Yes. And it'll be the flaglerestateCRA.com.
Which reminds me, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
If you guys look at the website and there's anything do you wanna see that's not on there, let us know. There's on the very bottom, there's an email link, click us, mail us, we'll put something on there. I do ask for it. Well, it's not just the website for me, I already know the information, it's for folks, you know. I want everybody. I'm hoping
And-
people will get better involved.
Me too.
Does anyone else have any questions about the Flagler Estates? Will you with us? Well, that's just, it's all open for discussion, so,
How much you gonna spend?
we have allotted 3 to 4, yeah.
We're kind of, because we've got a groundbreaking that we weren't counting in, and I was thinking if we could stay closer to 3, then maybe we'd have some money that we could use for the January fire station groundbreaking and do something special with them.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be too big of an issue. I don't have the budget with me today, but we can look at all that stuff.
Yeah, I figured we could look at it when we come to the meeting.
Yes,
On our quarterly
Okay.
meeting.
but it doesn't sound like it'd be too much of a problem.
So Simon is gonna, do the food and, vendors and, I have Bill's card right here. Oh, go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, you say November 16th. That's only 3 weeks. That's awful short time for somebody to make plans. If you're gonna have one in the spring, called a spring fling, now's the time to start planning.
And I have one now. I have one in the spring.
Because
Well-
let me explain something. I had promised to bring a bounce house and a dunk tank. All right, when the dates got changed or canceled, I had to cancel my reservation with them. Please, and the county parks department, because we were working together insurance wise. They need 6 to 8 weeks in advance before I can get a bounce house or a dunk tank. And kind of their scheduling.
Well, like I said, if we would have done it that day, we wouldn't have had it anyways because of the hurricane.
Yeah, well. Oh, well.
We possibly have a backup
And the only other thing I want to talk
for the
about
bounce house.
is this past week, our fire department is coming to Flagler Estates. There will not be an ambulance there, but most of the firefighters are paramedics. And they will have AEDs with them and the proper first aid stuff. The reason they won't have an ambulance, fire rescue is short of personnel. Yep,
Well,
but
first
it's going-
responders are good.
it's gonna
Nobody
grow.
could go into an ambulance
Yeah.
here.
Well, and they have advanced life
Yes.
Yeah,
equipment
yeah,
and.
exactly.
So that'll help.
You'll see something right there on the wall. I think there's an AED up there.
Yeah.
That's the question. Yeah. They moved it. It was there.
What's there?
But they will have some kind of vehicle to,
And it's pretty simple to use.
Not transport.
Yeah.
not to transport, but to obviously get to your house.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah.
You gotta have a fire truck. Now, if you live within 5 miles of a fire station, you get a reduction in your homeowner's insurance.
And that's mostly everybody in Flagler.
Yep.
Yeah, they try to position it in a place where
Gets the
most
most
people
people.
will get, where it affects the most people in terms
Where,
of
so where's it going
home
at?
insurance.
Here?
Right here.
Right here.
It's gonna be on the corner of Oliver and Melanie.
The fire truck they told us has all the stuff on it.
Right
that
there.
it says.
God, Phil.
So how many feet you have to be from it?
5 miles.
Not a
What did I say?
Melanie.
I said Melanie?
Yeah.
So
So if you're within 5
How
miles.
about
it
Oliver
can,
and
depending on your insurance company.
When it's-
Melanie.
It is Melanie.
Yeah.
It is Melanie.
It's a lot
It
like
is,
next
Melanie,
year.
be quiet.
2 minutes up.
It is Melanie.
I had him wondering, didn't I?
Shame on you.
He's bad. I'm sorry.
That's all I can say.
After 60 years. I'm sorry.
Well,
Are
and
you gonna
another
have a
thing,
meeting in November?
we're not gonna have a meeting in December, right?
No, we're, the November meeting, instead of being the,
We're gonna do early.
because of Thanksgiving, our next meeting will be the third Thursday, which I do believe is that the 21st of November, anyone?
It's the calendar, it's not
Thing? It's, I think the third Thursday is the November 21st.
But
Yeah,
isn't
but
that
that one-
roads, that's
Roads.
roads meeting?
It's road and water.
Oh, road and water.
Third Thursday.
Well, you all were suggesting that date, so what are we gonna do?
Do it Wednesday.
Good, you.
Yeah.
The day before Thanksgiving, is everybody sticking around in town?
No.
That's the 14th. No, like a week before, Wednesday before.
Before, not the day before.
You wanted the third. Let's do it. If they're on Thursday, we take Wednesday.
The
Thursday's
20th.
theirs.
So the 20th of November,
Thursday's
the
the
third
hours.
Wednesday.
Meeting wise, we'll take the day
Okay,
before
so-
that.
14th.
November 20th
20th.
at 7 p.m.
What, the 14th?
No.
That's a Wednesday?
Yes, that is a
Third
Wednesday.
is the 21st.
So for 1 week, we will have it back on a Wednesday
Yeah, so we'll do the 20th, right?
at 7 p.m.
Yeah, 20th. Okay, so we'll do.
If you're not traveling or
So
whatever,
November
that's a week
20th.
before.
7 PM here. I'd like to talk a little bit more on the festival. I'm open for, I had suggested maybe extending it a little bit as well. Maybe instead of not having a fall festival, having like a community thing where we provide food and just get together. So I'm open for discussions.
Community potluck.
I like everybody to bring their stuff, they make something.
So what are you talking about, changing the date, so,
I don't know. I just
what's wrong with November 16th?
No, it's three, they say.
I mean, it is pretty close,
It's
and being so close to,
It is.
isn't that the first weekend before Thanksgiving break, right?
Once we hit December, you're gonna have everybody's holiday events, and I'm already seeing them.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be in the same problem we were in with October. And this will be a holiday, I thought this was a holiday festival now. So hopefully we'll get some vendors and we'll have some, to be able to support our entrepreneurs here in town, in the Flagler Estates, and hopefully they'll take advantage of the free spot and make a donation if they can, sell their items for gifts. But I think we need to really, at this point, we need to commit to a date, we need to commit to a time, and we need to fill it in. And Simon's already, I'll check with Salt Run, but if Salt Run's a no-go, because I do think they have an afternoon, I'm gonna take Joe Cohen up on his,
I've already
referral to
messaged the guy, he's
Oh,
gonna
you-
look at his calendar when he gets
wonderful, thank you.
Yeah.
But I think we
So
need to.
everybody's gonna, all right with the 16th?
Rob,
Rob Summers.
Yeah.
And if we don't have a bounce house and a dunk tank, we don't have it.
I just talked with him Saturday night, and that's what he told me specifically. He has a Saturday afternoon, gig, and he says he wouldn't be hurt if we didn't do it. That we didn't use them. He said, I wouldn't be upset at all. He says, he's starting to show his age like the rest of us. And I don't think he even, was up for it, but he said he would, and, but if you don't want to use them, if you want to use them, you have to use them at that 9 to 12 slot.
Well, I mean, I believe that we can pull it off, and I think it'll be a good time. I think we'll have a great time. We'll have good food. So I know we have 3 weeks, but I think we'll be able to.
Look at
You
what we
know
did
you have
after.
free food, and you got a band.
Yes, I
Can't
look
figure out the
at
problem
how,
getting people out.
You
That's
know,
a lot for them.
I just wanna give credit to Deborah Watson, because her son came on a Sunday after Hurricane Milton with 2 trailers full of items, water, food, clothing, bedding, and look at how people came and they got it. And I think if you announce that you're gonna have this event and we stick to this and we fill in all the details, okay? I think we need to move and approve that we have switched this date to November 16th from noon to 4. We've got Simon's House committed. And we will figure out the band and we will figure out all the other details. We will announce it to the community as soon as we fill in all these spaces. And we are gonna be here at the community center, 9960 Oliver. On November 16th, come and have some fun. Anybody wanna agree with that?
Y'all let outsiders come?
Yes.
I let myself county that I
Not you, Sarah, you're not allowed.
It's for outsiders too. Yeah, come.
Let them come bring their goodies too.
We don't have.
Come shop. Come shop for
I
them.
like to buy
Oh, then, no, my kids are. You're gonna be like, not with those children.
I like thrift stores, I like people making stuff, I like to buy stuff.
Was there any online questions or anything?
Well, I know that
Christmas.
Mike asked a question. When somebody asked about the extra fields, the lots.
Yeah.
He wrote, he said, I thought, and somebody said before, I thought one was gonna be a soccer field
And parking.
and one was parking.
That was sort of the plan we kicked around. We never had nothing concrete, we never really put it on paper to ask the county. But that was kind of the idea.
But you have 2 lots.
Yeah, that's the
Yes.
2 lots they were talking about.
Yeah.
They were
We asked
never
for
designated
No.
for
They were
anything
never
particular.
dedicated.
It came up just at that given time when the lots were becoming available and we had the money to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
And we did it quickly. And so in terms of decision, I thought that's where they were gonna put the fire station before
Yeah.
because.
Well, we kind of fought against it because I felt like you guys wanted to park.
Yeah.
Mike, we
Right, and I
actually
get that
put
too,
a
so
larger,
that's.
a larger
that
playground
one.
for children.
But it's
He
not-
wanted a larger children's
Okay.
playground, and I do believe that when we met with Parks and Rec, because they
I'm in the corner right now.
they just got awarded a larger sum of money, Parks and Rec, Jamie Victor.
They're doing a bond.
Yes, okay,
That's also involved in the fire department construction.
and so that's why the survey that we have on the Facebook CRA page right now, there is a part at the end, and it's an easy peasy survey. It's like maybe 10 questions if that, but the very last one is one that you can type in. If you please, if you're a Flagler Estate resident and you wanna be specific to these 2 lots that we're discussing, go ahead and put in there what you'd like to see.
Parking.
I agree with parking. Somebody had put in a swimming pool the other day, and I'm like, yeah, I can only imagine.
But let's see what comes up.
David, do you know, does the county own any other lots around here, around the community center?
No,
No.
I'm not aware of that, because I know Bill and I did a bunch of trading to get what we got. From the park, because part of that was private before, and we
Yeah.
traded it from the county
Right.
for other lots that they had, but they weren't close by.
Now, the lot immediately next over here,
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
it ought to be available.
Is it a private
Yes.
owner? Do you know if they're interested in
I
selling
don't
it?
know who owns it.
Okay.
I haven't found out.
I sure
I
hope
would find out.
that we start.
Well, when we
talking-
did the other 2 lots, we sent, our land management team sent letters to the owners and said, hey, we might be interested at the appraised value. And they both agreed to it, and we used CRA funds to buy those 2 lots. That might be an opportunity next to
It would be a good parking lot.
When did you guys buy it?
those 2 lots over there.
Pick it up before you put the fire
I'm
car
gonna
on.
say it was 2 years now?
Oh,
At
okay.
least a year ago.
Yeah, but that's how all that came together. David said he wanted to do it, and we just kind of threw out some flyers. And, we did have to go to the BCC to make a money transfer, but we did it.
All right, can you give the update on the FPL lighting?
Yes, I can. So there's a couple of projects that are involved with the road and water district. Is that what I'm calling it? Yeah. There's a paving that the CRA asked the county to go to the board for, and to get the additional paving. I heard the board approved that. They also required us. They asked you all, I should say, you're the CRA, asked us to take a request for the lighting back to the board for funding. Again, the board approved it. It's my understanding that The paving will go back to your attorney for an interlocal agreement. That'll all start happening here in the next week or so. As far as the lights go, it's my understanding that you all voted that down, and so that will not occur, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Question.
What do you mean?
What?
Voted?
Hold up, question. What would they have to do with the lighting to begin with?
The lighting goes in the right of way, and it's the water and bridge, I'm sorry, what do you call it? The water and the road and water district. It would require permits, and it would require their approval in order for those lights to go into the right of way.
So it's coming out of our budget. They have nothing to do but the permits, and it got voted down for that.
Okay.
But hold up. Why would you not approve the permits for that? If that's all you have to do is give permits.
One of the reasons it got disapproved was Flagler Estates Road and Water District gets a bill for streetlights on their street.
So it goes
Somebody will
out of your
have to
budget.
pay for the streetlights, and it will be the homeowners.
Well, we do pay for some of the streetlights out of it with CRA dollars.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, the CRA.
Okay, so I think that this is a miscommunication on the agreement that needs to happen.
Yeah.
I believe that
The county doesn't provide any
the
lights.
ILA
They never did.
needs to acknowledge the existing FPL account
Okay.
for the existing light fixtures that we want to convert to LED lights.
That's
so
most
that
of it.
it will lower our monthly bill,
Okay.
hopefully. And then we need to figure out, do we need to like break this down into at least accomplishing that and then adding in the future with another agreement for the new ones?
It might be the best
If we
way.
have to separate the new from the existing,
It
then
might be
let's
the
try
best.
to do it.
Okay, it might be the best way to do it.
Yes.
But I can certainly go back and look at it. So most of the lighting, you're telling me, is to replace the bulbs of the current lights, right?
Yes, exactly.
And do
Yes.
you know what percentage that is?
Oh my gosh, they were only gonna add like 8 new poles, so
Okay.
on
Yeah, it was 8
that
poles
list,
for
though,
$7
do you
grand.
remember, was it
Do you know how
like,
many light poles,
Was it-
how many
was it
existing
like
light
30,
poles there are,
only
David?
36 when we counted them up?
There's 40.
Or about
40?
40, okay,
Yeah,
about 40.
There's 40. We
36
had
or 40.
36 or 34, and we added 6 more.
Okay,
And that's where all the big contention was about the new poles. How this business came in with the county or road and water district paying for the lights. I have no idea where
I had
that
no
came
idea either.
from.
Yeah,
That
that's
makes
what
no
I heard.
sense.
I heard that yesterday. I'm like, why?
Flagler Estates does not
What would they
pay
have
for
to do with
streetlights.
road and water voting it down? It's
Here.
not out of your budget.
Water
It's
voted
not
down
out of
paying
your-
for it.
The TIF pays the bill, right?
so
No, I mean,
Eric,
the ones that we're
one
paying
second.
for.
Hang on.
Hold on, guys.
It's just a pet peeve of mine.
No,
So,
they have a couple of.
Hey, wait a minute.
so there's a question before about, are you saying that nobody pays any light bills, right?
Exactly.
So right now, it's my understanding is that our office gets a light bill for Flagler Estates, and we pay that with CRA funds.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't get paid.
And it's only the lighting that we provide on bus stops.
Sure.
Yeah.
And the only reason we wanted to add additional poles was for the new stops, because we've got
moving
more.
out
you know,
to the south,
for the kids.
and there's some new.
Yeah, I think lighting is always a good thing. That's my personal opinion, but I agree. I know that not everybody agrees with that.
My
So it's
personal
not an
opinion,
issue
it
with
costs
us.
$11 a month for our light. I
So,
would get one myself. I
So-
mean, we have one.
so I guess,
Everybody should get their own, $10 a month.
so I guess what I'll say to you is, if we bring back a modified request to the road, I'm sorry, one more time.
Road and water.
Road and water, would you guys take it up for consideration again?
Sure.
Okay,
Nice.
and if we took the 8 lights up and we paid for the lighting on it, would you guys endorse that project?
Bring it up.
Okay,
Thank you, Joe.
no problem. And then what I'll need to know is when y'all's next meeting is, and I'll try and hurry the project back on administratively on my end, and then we can see what we can do.
November
There's
21st.
17.
Yeah,
Thursday every month.
what's the date on it? I'm sorry.
November 21st.
Okay,
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
on Light Avenue.
All righty.
Is there an option that those fixtures are on or off grid?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Those lighting fixtures, those are additional poles that would be tied in the grid through FB, like powered by FB, of course. So
Yeah.
they
solar an option for those?
I have no idea.
There was a,
Right.
David investigated that option.
FP Nell says we sell power, we don't
Yeah.
sell lights.
Well, they now sell solar power, actually.
So they said, oh, but we'll do LED, how about that, and save energy? Okay, all right, because that was my first suggestion, we put up our own poles with solar lights. Everybody went, are you kidding me? No, and so that's why the FPNL thing.
So they have acres and acres of solar panels out
They
there.
do, they just sell solar power now.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I will look into that.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Sally, you got any questions?
I just want to make the announcement, we're at that point.
We are at that point.
Okay, I figured you were getting close. The next Hastings community meeting will be November 2nd at the Harris Center, because they displaced us from the library, whatever. And we have the property appraiser coming to speak about homestead exemptions and to encourage everybody to, if you're paying taxes now, look into it if you own the property or if it's an inherited property. That same day, we're going to have a Hastings Hoedown fundraiser out in East Palaca at Good Earth Farm. So that'll be from 3 to 7. We have a pound cake bake-off. We had gotten a grant from Smithsonian, and we're trying to push out our culinary assets in Hastings. So that's in East Palaca. The library groundbreaking was deferred again. So the last I heard, it was either November or December. So
The last thing I heard, just to kind of back you up a little bit, is I think we're gonna try and do it around y'all's winter festival, maybe the
November.
Friday before, so, something like that.
okay.
But that's just kind of all tentative right now, but yeah.
That should be chaotic.
But you love chaos.
I do.
Chaos, though.
Okay, thank you.
She can handle it.
Okay, speaking of art festivals, it's going to be November 30th and December 1. If anybody is interested in sponsorship or volunteering, last year we pulled in 5,000 people. For the Cabbage Fest, we pulled in 11,000 people. So I'm expecting
Wow.
at least 10,000. So we've got the roads blocked from Latin to the trail at St. John's, and then Main Street to East Cochran. So it's going to be a team. The roads are closed, so it's really safe. We got all kinds of activities going on.
What's the vendor fee for that one?
Today is $175. Nonprofits, $20. So if Flagler Estates would like space to promote your wares and whatever, let us know and register. And I do want to bring a tent out here for Hastings for the Fall Festival on the
Okay.
16th.
All right.
So, and November 30th is Small Business Day that we'll be promoting simultaneously. And with that said, anything EC, whose owner is a resident of Flagler Estates, is having he called it an open car hood show or something on the 16th. And he called me to see if there was any conflict. I said, well, I'm not at this point. So it's going to be an all-day event. And he's just going to pump some hoods on some cars down Main Street. But he's a new business on the street.
Right.
So the next event after that is December 14th. We've got the Hastings Christmas Parade. And Emily just came out with the poster, and I've got applications. If you want to join it, the deadline is December 9th. We'll be in the December 14th Christmas Parade. We're having a pop-up market that day. Vendors welcome, but it drew over 500-600 people last year. So it was a good day.
Any update on anybody else coming into town for putting their business in, or did the cupcake place open?
They haven't opened yet. They're
Okay.
close. They're close.
But they're wholesale, right? They're not
Yeah,
gonna be
they're
open to the
Right.
public?
They're a catering activity, and they will hold classes. And I foresee they will convert to a regular retail open slot after they get going. But they'll hold classes and they do catering for weddings and that kind of thing. They sold the property in St. Augustine.
Right.
Juniper Market will be here November or December. So again,
What's that?
it's a cafe that's going to be located on North Main Street near the trail.
And it's gonna be a nice addition to the whole street. And FCTC, of course, got their grant for the eco expansion, so there's another building behind our library going to be constructed. So this time next year, the image of Hastings will be transformed. We too are working with FPL to dig up the pavers along Main Street, dig up the grass along Main Street and put in new light poles. And we've got to work through some legal agreements with the county and that kind of thing. But instead of, I think we had 12 poles, we're going to have 29 poles. So we will be well lit in Hastings. So we're working it.
Jennifer Market has a open spot on San Marco right now. So if you're interested in your town, sometimes you should check it out. They're really good. They do a lot of cater to a lot of young people. She's a young owner herself, and she does a lot of really good.
Very energetic, very enthusiastic. And Hastings Nutrition Company is coming too. So. Sounds healthy.
I'd like a real restaurant, please.
Well, Mike's
A
Pizza
real
is
restaurant, that's my pizza. Or hamburgers, like something.
Are you aware that there's a Dunkin' Donuts coming to Hastings?
Yes, sir. We're discussing it in our community meetings.
Where D4 Fuel used to be?
Yes, right on the corner of 207.
There goes the neighborhood.
The subway. And I've been in communication with the developer and the owner. And we are trying to make sure that the image or the look conforms with the historic flavor of what we want the street to look like.
Oh, cool.
So instead of the orange big signage, maybe it'll be a little demure version of the corporate colors. So we do have a master streetscape plan that we are in process of developing. So we'll have more sidewalks, wider sidewalks after it's all done. We'll have crosswalks and more stop signs and more lighting. So again, we are going to transform the image anyway.
Now, wait a second, is this kitty corner to the Domino's on the other corner?
It is.
Okay, that has the big truck with the wheels?
It is.
And why am I thinking of a big truck with donut wheels?
No.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, that would be
Any other questions or comments?
Old people get
Bill,
tired.
he's spoke. Anybody else?
Anyone want to volunteer for helping out on the day of the holiday festival here at Cypress Estate?
Not to be.
Yay! Anybody else?
Helping out.
Anybody at home?
We're gonna have to.
Yeah, email us.
Expand on that.
FlaglerEstateCRA@gmail.com, right? Yep. Let us know.
Did you have another? Oh, no, I was just gonna say too, I forgot about, did you all hear about the announcement of the new FCTC campus that'll be coming? So our office just won a $9 million award to build a brand new building behind the old Hastings
Behind
High
all
School.
what?
Behind the old Hastings High School.
Where you vote?
Where's
Library.
Yeah. The old library. Oh, right, you're converting the library.
No,
Right.
that's one project.
That's a different one.
That's one project. We
But you're
just,
behind it.
yeah, we just won, I just accepted it today.
Yes.
Wow.
So are we gonna try and save the high school or?
Oh, yes, this is totally, this
It
is
ain't going
totally.
nowhere.
Oh, that's awesome.
No,
That's
this
awesome.
is a separate building, so they're doing the
Yeah,
one
you guys are
investment in there is $7 million, I think, and then we got a brand new one, and it coincidentally is gonna train solar technicians
And
and diesel, so, no, I have to, because I worked very hard on that grant, but it's gonna be great for people here. I think somebody, I think it'd make great, where's the other people that are studying, might want to.
Boy, I have for the future, for the old jail, for grants. I'm just sitting here thinking about things.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so glad I know that.
She wants a holiday festival with big country stars. Where's Alicia?
Yeah, jelly roll.
Jelly roll.
I mean,
Simon, how was this thing yesterday?
Anyway.
Yeah.